I found her in the guest room, just 7 years old, curled up tight against the wall with her face buried in her arms. She didn't say a word, but I could see her small body trembling, her tears falling in silence. My husband sat beside her, trying to comfort her with soft whispers, but his words slid right past her, useless. I asked her one simple question. Who said it? Her little voice cracked when she answered. They wouldn't let me in the family picture. They said I'm not real family. And in that moment, something inside me shifted. I wasn't just a guest at the reunion anymore. I became the storm. She may not share my blood, but she's my choice. The day I first saw her, tiny hands clutching a worn stuffed bear at the adoption center, I knew instantly she was mine. That day, I made her a promise. You will never feel unwanted again. And for years, I kept it. Through every scraped knee, every bedtime story, every morning hug, until tonight. Tonight, my family, my blood, looked at her and decided she didn't belong. They made her cry in silence. That was their mistake, one they'd regret before the night was over. It wasn't hard to find the truth. I asked her gently who had said it. A cousin, an aunt, even my own brother, smirking in the corner when the camera clicked without her in it, and my mother, she stood by and let it happen. That was the deepest cut of all, because she was the one who once taught me to hold my head high. Now she was the one tearing my daughter down. I could have screamed, I could have flipped the room upside down, but rage would only entertain them. I needed something sharper, something permanent. So I walked out of that guest room carrying her pain like fire in my chest. No shouting, no warnings, just calculation. I pulled out my phone, scanned the room full of smiling faces and clinking glasses, all of them clueless, and I began typing. In the family. A group chat. I attached a file. For weeks, I had been holding on to secrets, proof of their rot. My uncle's fake business loans, my cousin's phony degree, my brother's affair, screenshots and all. Even my mother's hidden accounts, money she had been siphoning from my father. I had collected it quietly, praying I'd never have to use it. But tonight, my daughter gave me my answer. The time had come. 3 hours. That's how long it took for everything to ignite. The files spread like wildfire. Phones buzzed, faces changed, voices rose. I sat quietly in the corner, glass of water in hand, watching it all unravel. Every cruel word she had heard, not real family, was now crashing back onto the very people who had said them. One by one, they crumbled. My uncle's phone rang first, his business partner screaming through the speaker, demanding answers. His face fell apart. My cousin's best friend turned on her, waving the fake diploma I had exposed, and she ran from the table in tears. My brother's wife read the screenshots in silence, then hurled her wine straight into his face. The red streaked down his shirt like blood. And my mother? She just sat there frozen, staring at the proof of her secret accounts, her lies laid bare for everyone. My father's face twisted in betrayal. The reunion shattered, voices exploded, accusations, threats, tears filling the room. I stayed silent, letting the truth I unleashed tear them apart. When the chaos hit its peak, I stood, every head turned toward me. These were the same eyes that had looked at my daughter like she didn't belong. I spoke only once. You told a 7-year-old she wasn't family. Look around you. Who's family now? The silence that followed was raw, cold, undeniable. They understood. The empire of blood they worshipped had collapsed in just 3 hours, and the only bond left standing was the one they had rejected. I walked back to the guest room. My daughter looked up at me, her eyes swollen from crying. I knelt down, brushed her hair back, and whispered, "Come on, we're done here." She slipped her hand into mine, small, warm, trusting. Behind us, the family tore itself apart, shouts echoing through walls that would never be whole again. But I didn't care, because she was my family, my real family. And as we stepped out into the cool night air, I felt the storm inside me finally calm, not with regret, but with peace. They had lost their foundation. I had kept mine. And I whispered to myself, steady and certain, she'll never feel unwanted again, not while I'm alive.